look, I like that aggressiveness from Ben in the press conference. Uh-oh. Now I want to see it on the court. All right, so you want to know, am I done with the Nets?
Yep.
Because I picked the Nets to win the East.
Well, I'm not done, but are you worried? Are you starting to be worried?
No, they bounced back from a obviously horrific opening night with a good win that you were at against a good Toronto team. Yeah. All right, there is no shame in losing in Memphis to the leading MVP candidate, Ja
There's
Morant.
no leading MVP candidate.
And, well,
I like
if we can say one after 30 games, why can't we say one after 3?
Yeah,
all right,
there we go.
Ja Morant, my pick for MVP this year.
Oh, that's why.
That's the sore spot.
There we go.
But there's no shame in losing to them. All right, so I'm not worried here, but I'm going to give the Nets some advice. And you may laugh at this and say, oh, of course, Brew. This what you got, Steve Nash and coaching staff. Emphasize defense.
It's been 3 years. It's only gotten worse.
Defense. The only way you can be good at defense is if you focus on it. No. And case in point, Exhibit A is who? Your Los Angeles Lakers.
No. Oh, wow.
A year ago, they were 21st in the league in defense. No. Darvin Ham comes in and say, well, one thing we're going to do get right
is have Anthony Davis healthy.
Defense. Period.
That's true.
No. And they are the third-ranked defense team. Right now, it's early, but right now they're the third-ranked defense. Nick, if you have the athleticism and the strength, and the want to,
they don't have the
you
want
can
to.
be a good.
But they don't have the want to.
If the coach gets in your tail, then you'll get the want to.
Good luck.
And I see Kyrie Irving putting forth effort.
Okay, well
they just need to work on the technique and the strategies.
Now I'm a glass case of emotion. I'm so confused here. So Kyrie can do it, but is choosing not to, or can't do it and is trying.
They need you defend in the NBA with team.
I understand. I'm talking about Kyrie specifically, though.
Kyrie is putting forth individual effort. Individual effort isn't enough.
Okay.
You need the team on a string.
All right, so here's what I would say.
Working together as a unit.
They're not going to be on a string. They're not going to be on a copper wire. They're not going to be on anything. They have the worst defense in the league.
Right now, it's 3 games in.
Okay, well they have a lot. They have a lot to fall back on, which is the last few years of terrible defense at all times and never being able to get stops in critical moments. I once again will ask America, if we do a draft of good things about the Brooklyn Nets, and the first pick off the board is employing Kevin Durant, is there a second pick?
Yeah.
What?
Employing Kyrie Irving.
I don't know.
Didn't you want him with your Lakers?
What?
Weren't you dying to have him traded to play with LeBron last summer?
Yes, of course, because it would have.
But now in Brooklyn, they don't want him.
No, of course, because first of all, for the Lakers to be getting rid of Russ for Kyrie, and second of all, Kyrie Irving with LeBron James is the only time Kyrie Irving has ever worked.
6 years ago.
I understand.
How do you know it's going to work?
Well, I don't know.
LeBron's not the same.
Okay, that's fine, but it's the only time we've ever seen Kyrie work. So I don't know. If you're saying that's 6 years ago.
He's had 6 great individual years. Not team winning, but individual.
Last year, too? His first year in Boston?
Individual player.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
really.
Okay, listen.
Really?
Who's their third best player, though? I have a question. Who's the third best player?
Oh, come on.
No.
He's a little rusty.
He's rusty. He hasn't played in nearly 500 days.
Patty Mills?
Rusty.
Ben Simmons.
He's not their third best player.
Well,
he might be the third worst player getting minutes in the league right now.
Oh,
he might be.
Oh, gosh.
Guys, hold on a second. What do you mean, oh, gosh? What are the rules of engagement on just talking about the NBA season so far? Because if we're allowed to say there's an MVP candidate and there's no shame in losing to teams, then we must evaluate guys based off what they've done.
So
can we show the Micah
what he's
Adams
done
tweet?
for his career or what he's done in 3 games?
Ben Simmons, what has he done for his career in the last 3 years?
He's only been one of the best defensive players in the league. He's only made the All-Star team.
Brew.
Didn't he make an All-NBA team as well?
Brew.
That's what you used to say when he was in Philly.
But that was years ago, Brew. It was years ago.
2 years ago.
Yes, years. That is years ago. These are different. So you guys can see that.
So he's done.
No, hold on. Wilds, do you think Ben Simmons is good?
I think he's rusty. I think the fouls are just a little bit. This is a silly foul. Don't get me wrong. I think he's rusty. He also fouled out in the preseason game.
And he also fouled out in their first game.
Which shows you he's rusty. Now, he's also guarding bigs a lot more, too. Which his great defense is mainly on the perimeter. So because they're so small, they're light in the britches. They need to go get a big body for sure. But they got Ben guarding some of the bigs, which he's not as used to. He's guarded some in Philly, but he's a perimeter.
Can I just say this real quick?
Primarily.
They are right now, as presently constituted, as likely to play for a championship as the worst offense in the league, the Los Angeles Lakers. There, you have the worst offense in the Lakers, the worst defense in Brooklyn. Both have, you know what, I'll even give you Kyrie as a superstar, even though I don't even think you think he's a superstar. Two stars. And broken, unwinnable rosters from that point down. So we can talk about them like there are some. Like
their roster's much better than the Lakers after the 2 stars.
I agree, but they're both drawing dead to play for a championship, much less win a championship.
Brew, I want to show you a piece of video from Ja last night on how he baited Ben into the foul that got him out of the game.
It was, and it reminds me of LeBron after their game the other night when he said, I'm always thinking time score, I'm always looking at the situation. This is what makes Ja Morant so great. The tremendous athleticism and skill, but also
plus the IQ.
A high basketball IQ. For him to be thinking about that happened, a couple years ago, that is incredible. Now, I don't think it should have been a foul. He did touch him, so technically you could call it, but I'd have let that go 40 feet from the basket. But smart on Ja's part.
So Ja tortured him, and Desmond Bane got his career high. What do we think? Their next game, it's an easy one. They got Giannis. How do you think Giannis is? I'll set the over-under for Giannis points at 36.5. What do you want?
What about the game? The Bucks going to destroy him?
The Bucks are going to win.
Okay.
And Giannis will have over-under 36.5. I'm just curious. And then the next game is at home against Luka. I will set Luka's combined points, rebounds, assists at 51.5. Anyone taking the under? I'm just curious.
I mean, Luka does that generally.
Yeah, but right.
And so does Giannis. Darn near. He doesn't average 36,
right.
But for him to get 36.
The teams that are supposed to play in the finals are supposed to slow him down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Luka killed the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
Yeah, the Clippers have never sniffed a finals.
They're 2 great defenders with a great coach in Ty Lue.
Like I said, the team's finals contenders, which the Clippers have never been.
What did Giannis do to the Phoenix Suns in the finals?
50
Didn't he have
points.
50 and 40?
Mm-hmm.
So that just kills your whole argument.
It would be nice to hold Giannis to maybe 28.
How about win the game?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.